Coming from Drip Collective, coffee shop in the West Loop of Chicago with my boy Ty Banks. Make some noise for Ty.
Give it up for Ty.
Yes, long-awaited guest. We appreciate you so much, Ty.
Fucking finally.
Yes, thank you so much, dude.
Yeah, we've been plotting this episode for a long time.
No, it's been a minute.
So, Ty and the crew just opened this shop. It's in the West Loop coffee shop called Drip Collective. When's the official opening date?
Official opening is February 19th.
And let me tell y'all, this motherfucker nice, for real. This is my first time here. They got a DJ booth back here. I see the ovens back there. It's coming together for real.
The space is like way, way, way bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
This is
for sure.
fucking beautiful. I just keep looking around like, wow.
Yeah,
Nah,
Awesome.
yeah, hell yeah.
Yo, before we get into all the interview questions, give everybody your socials, you know what I'm saying? You know, so people know where to find you.
All right, personal page, Mystical Black Boy. That's me. And then the Drip Collective Instagram, Drip Collective shy, I think. It's
I know you've been busy, so you know,
no, it's
sure,
been a whole thing because it's a few different Drip Collective pages out there because I kept forgetting the password. So I think this is Drip Collective.
It really be like that though, right? Like what the hell?
Yeah, Bailey got locked out of her account. She was sick.
I'm still sick. It's still in my bio and shit. Like I got locked out of this one, but
Yeah, it's treacherous.
yeah.
So a little bit about your background, man. Where you from? Because I don't even know for real.
I'm born and raised Chicago.
Hell
Uptown.
yeah. What's Uptown?
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't even know it was niggas in Uptown.
No,
Until I got old for real.
The more
Y'all know, Uptown is like, I don't know, when people think of like Chicago on the grand scale, it's like the north side is like, oh, it's like north side, like a lot of white people, like whatever. But like Uptown back in the day was like kind of crazy.
Oh, shit.
Like I remember when they put up like the first Target over there, and I didn't even know what that shit was. I'm like,
That's crazy. Not knowing
my
what
God.
no, for real. I'm like, oh, this store got like everything in it. And then that's when it was like, everybody's like, nah, man, the hood's changing. I'm like, well, and now it is what it is. Yeah, but I mean, it is like, you know, on paper, the most diverse neighborhood.
Yeah, because that's where all the restaurants is at for
Yeah.
real. Oh my God,
Grew
yo.
up eating very good, so.
period. I know that's right.
Yeah, that Devon be busting for real.
Yeah.
Little India, Devon.
Yeah, they got all that shit out there. You know I love shawarma. You know I'm a shawarma
yeah.
connoisseur.
I be going there to cop my henna.
You see how he did his fingers too?
Got to.
That's the official sign of being a connoisseur. So Ty, what's your origin with coffee? How did you get so passionate about it?
So what was it? I was working in like I went to culinary arts high school, and then right after that,
Damn, they have culinary arts high schools?
yeah.
Was it private?
I don't think so. It was like, long story, I kept fucking up in school. And then my mom's like, all right, so you passionate about cooking, I'm putting you at this school. But it was like all the way on the west side, and I had to take the train out there. So me being in Uptown and like taking the rail line like down to Roosevelt, then the Roosevelt bus all the way over to like Pulaski, I'm like, damn, I gotta like actually do something with this. So after that, I started cooking in like this 12 kitchen restaurant. Like at that time, it was like the first time of like going into a kitchen, and it was different like live stations, and like you're like watching pasta being made and deboning fish and stuff. So I really like developed like my actual flavor palette, like doing all of that stuff. And then I was young, I was like 19, 20, and my friend Rachel, who lived in Evanston, she's like, why don't you just, she's like, you need to like travel more and like, you know, be outside. And she's like, why don't you start working at a coffee shop, like become barista, like gives you more freedom. And at that point, like the most I was doing was like going to Starbucks for like a Java Frappuccino type situation.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, let's see. And then this shop in Evanston called Pete's Coffee was hiring, and I just applied, got the job, and like started like learning about like beans and working a bean counter and like what it was to like truly make coffee.
Yeah, you gotta have the beans, man.
It's about the beans. Mocha Joe.
Yeah, it was honestly like my first time like seeing it and being like up close, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting how like intricate it could be.
Yeah.
And then like when I like finally graduated to working like the espresso counter, like, oh, you gotta learn latte art. And so that's when I like really was all like, oh, this is like a whole creative thing, and like this is a different outlet.
Oh yeah.
And then I discovered like competitions and like all that stuff, and like at that time it became a thing of like I want to get really good at this so I can like go out and compete and like do stuff like that. And so that was kind of like the start.
Hell yeah.
Where did City Coffee come into play with all this?
City Coffee?
Yeah.
So City Coffee used to be so City Coffee is the coffee shop that was there before Side Practice.
Okay.
So I went to high school across the street from there when it was like just like a little corner store. And so it was like during the pandemic, I wasn't working, and I seen like
It was like April 2020, I think.
yeah. I seen like this like job posting for an on-call barista, and like at that point I was like more so like doing like restaurant stuff, and I'm like, well, I know I have this skill, I know what I'm talking about and like what I'm doing, so I applied, and I got to talk to Francis, and he was just like, oh yeah, like I heard all about you, like a few members on my team actually know you, and I'm like, oh what? And he's like, yeah, if you want to come in and see if you like the place, like you can like pick up a few shifts here.
Okay.
And yeah, that's kind of how that started.
And then that ended, and then Side Practice started, of course, right? Did I
Yeah,
get that
so-
wrong?
So it's confusing. So City Coffee was there before Side Practice.
Okay.
But I never worked there, so I only knew it as Side Practice.
Oh,
but
okay,
that
okay,
was
okay.
like when it was first starting off.
Hell yeah. So how did this shit start? Because like you've been talking to me about it for a long time, for real. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's gonna be like a little hole in the wall coffee shop. I ain't know it was gonna be this.
Yeah.
That big bigger here you see.
So what? Like eventually, like working at Side Practice, I became the director there, and then me and like Francis got into conversations about like doing like another Side Practice or opening like another like concept, and I was always like, yes, I want to be a part of like whatever's next. Like I want to put myself in that position. And so, like every now and again, we'd just like shoot each other texts back and forth, be like, "Oh, look at this spot! Look at this spot!" And then he sent me this one, and I had been here before when it was it used to be Heritage Coffee. I'm like, "Oh yeah, like we'll see." It's like the West Loop is just a crazy market to be in. It's like it's either you do it all the way or like you're just not gonna be able to compete. And so when we seen it, it was like literally 10 times bigger than anything that like we imagined opening next. Because if you've been inside Side Practice, it's like a smaller, like cute cafe. And yeah, he just texted me. He's like, "So what? Should we do it?" And me being me, I say yes. I'm always like, "Yeah, let's do it." He's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's see where it go." And like we just started going through the process, and then next thing you know, like we got the space, and like we was both standing in here, was like, all right. So what we gonna do?
Step one, check.
Being in a space like this and being like, let's see how it goes. It's crazy.
No, literally.
You just
like,
roll the dice.
That was the whole vibe. It was like,
Yeah.
all right, so what could we like include here that's not really like, well, let me go back. When we first got it, we wanted to make this like the event space and like R&D lab for Drip Collective.
Okay.
Because what I do is pretty much like people can hit me up like, hey Ty, like I want you to build out like my drink menu for my cafe. Or like I'll do like drinks here and there for different places. So I'm like, it'd be nice to have a place where I could just centralize all of this and actually turn that into a business where like I can be like a consultant for like hotels and restaurants and stuff, and like just be like a coffee director on like a grander scale. And then we were here, and I'm just like, so we definitely got to put a coffee bar here, and it has to be like the craziest shit. that's in Chicago.
Hell yeah.
And then like we just included a lot of other stuff that we're really passionate about, like music, clothes, and also still like staying true to the motto of like side practice, like building community and like featuring like different artists and just really like putting on other people type shit.
True, because that's really what a coffee shop is for real. Because everybody can sell coffee, you know what I'm saying? But you really curating the vibe and shit for real.
Yeah. I mean, I always thought, like, my thought process around, like, cafes in general is, like, you have to incorporate, you can't just sell coffee. Like, just selling coffee, like, ain't cool. It ain't comfortable. You know, it's like, you can't, like, open a coffee shop and become, like, a millionaire by selling, like, a $3 cup of coffee. Yeah. And, like, that can't, be, like, you can't open a coffee shop with the goal of making money because that's not what, I don't know, that's just not what coffee shops are for. Like, coffee shops, to me, are, like, more, like, what can I say? It's, like, more like an incubator almost, you know? It's, like, inviting other people into your space to help activate it and, like, get, like, a newer audience in because not everybody drinks coffee.
Oh yeah, for sure. Cause that's what I'll be telling. That's what I'll be telling people about the podcast. Like we ain't even trying to do it to get no money or nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we just trying to like, if we don't do nothing, it won't be nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That part, stimulating the culture.
Yeah, I think what's really sick about what you guys have done with Side Practice and Drip Collective is honestly, it feels like a brand. Like when it comes down to the merch, just design in general, it feels like a brand. It doesn't feel like some coffee shop. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of that, I need some of that merch for real.
Listen.
I know y'all had the jackets.
The hats go so crazy. Oh my gosh, Derek stays wearing the hats. And I'd be like, damn.
I'll give you a couple face value ski masks. We could trade.
Oh, word? Yeah, I've been trying to get one of those ski masks already, actually.
Damn, I actually meant to grab you one. I'm not even lying. I meant to grab you one for real.
But I was going to ask you.
The jacket goes stupid.
Is it intimidating to approach coffee in that way? To approach it like a brand? To like make your merch look like almost like streetwear in a way? Is that intimidating? Do you ever feel like that may not like reach the right audience? Because I feel like coffee has such a just like a ingrained audience. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like
Starbucks.
The average coffee person is like
Stanley Cup girls.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say like, you know, Drip Collective is for everybody, but I mean, all in all, like, yeah, I don't think it's intimidating. I feel like if anything, it feels more natural.
Okay.
Like I can't like create like coffee merchandise, you know? Like if anything, like the designers who I work with, I'm like, could you actually make this like less coffee related? Like I don't want like
Coffee
I don't want the word coffee in it and like stuff
Yeah.
like that because like I'm like, you know, I'm a big fan of streetwear. Like I love that whole thing. So I don't want to, I'm not the type, like I've never worn like a coffee merch.
For sure.
That'd be like if Face Value did merch and there was like microphones and a mixer on
you know, like it's
Podcast
just like a
mics.
picture of us like, hey.
it get cheesy real fast.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just already so much of that out there. It's like, I think like in Chicago, just having like another like dope brand or like something that you can rock is like more important than fucking.
Yeah, because low key, I just be wanting to wear my homie shit.
Yeah.
I be wanting to wear shit that I actually like support and believe in and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, it's not like it's a shortage of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Exactly.
not like.
How did you guys land on Drip Collective? Was that already like
So that started So before, up until 2020, like I didn't really have like a name for what I was doing, but you know, during the pandemic, sparked a little creativity, and I'm like, I can like actually turn this into something. Because I was just doing like any like 2 or 3 events a year, and just like that shit was like always packed out. I'm like, okay, this is good. And I'm like, all right, well, nothing else is going on. So my roommate at the time, Greg, he was a graphic designer, and just like on some bored shit, he was like, all right, let's make like a brand, and we was like just spitballing names back and forth to each other, and he's like, what about like drip coffee? And I'm like, I don't like that. Like I don't want to like call it drip coffee. Like I don't want it to be anything coffee related.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
And so he was like, all right, well, what about just drip? And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like as black people,
Yeah, I got drip
you know,
for sale.
like just saying like drip like that out loud is like, all right, you trying to look hard.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I was like very much on the fence, and then at that time we was just like an organization. So I'm like drip org, and I'm like, nah, that's not cool. I'm like collective. Like it came like literally after a few days, I just kept saying, I'm like drip collective, and I'm like, I'll roll with it for now.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, when we like turned like drip collective into LLC, like I had text friends, I'm like, bro, this is our chance. Like, let's just change the name now.
This is our only opportunity.
No, bro, like, let's not. And then, yeah, he kind of just made me realize, like, no, this is like a solid thing and people know what it is. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you got something behind it already.
Yeah.
And it's sick. It doesn't even like come off like you think it does. It's it's just it's its own thing. It's beautiful.
I look at it like a lot differently now. But yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, coffee is like, I didn't know you was a culinary nigga for real. Low key.
Yeah, I mean, that's really how like I developed like my like flavor palette in general. Like I feel like when I started like making like the drink menus that side practice, people was always like, you put what in this latte? And like, you doing what with this? And it was always like good and flavorful. And it was like, but it was different. And yeah, that's where that came from.
Yeah, because
I loved it.
that's all I do is watch cooking shows. All I do is watch Carla Hall and shit.
Was it weird, like especially as passionate as you are about coffee, was it weird balancing this and bartending and being like I'm gonna give you your props, being so good at both, like simultaneously?
Thank you. I started bartending honestly as a hobby, and I wanted to understand like the process of making drinks better, you know, because like bartenders have like a certain finesse. Like I feel like the bartenders who like I was around at the time, like I was going to like Fox Bar and like Ryan Hall a lot. And like these bartenders was like, I didn't really drink alcohol like that at the time. So I'm just like, yeah, just make me something. Like they just started making me stuff. And I'm like, you just made that out of nowhere. Like what the fuck? And so I kind of like had an appreciation for that. And then just like, I don't know, just like cocktail service in general was just so beautiful. And just like the way like bartenders are able to like articulate themselves and like really make you taste something before you taste it type thing. And I'm like, ooh, I want to acquire that and like apply it to coffee. And so that's why I started bartending.
Do you think it made you better at coffee, even though you were already good at it?
1,000%.
I know all like the coffee motherfuckers I know is always cool with the bar niggas.
They go hand in hand.
No,
for sure.
yeah, for real.
They need. No, I'm just kidding. They need each other.
That's crazy.
Yeah, cause that's how I first met you.
Right.
People suck at 7 a.m.
Yeah,
they also suck at 2 a.m. Like,
true.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
They go
how
hand in hand.
I first met him at the bar for real, and I walked in. I'm like, who playing this Future in here?
That's right.
That's why I came in with that first song, cause that shit was playing. I was like, who playing this shit? You was bartending. I'm like, yo, who playing? You was like, it's me.
I met Ty at my old job. I would always be like, who is this dude that is getting a fit off every single time? No one gets fits off like this.
Except for myself. Mr. Garments over here.
Yeah, exactly. I saw some competition.
Actually, I remember when we had that moment, and like when you was like at the bar, and like we was both like kind of toasty, and I'm like, bro, I just want to say everything you wear every time I just wish I had it. I'm like, you the one who got me to start like thrifting for real, like for t-shirts and stuff, because like. So let me actually take it back. When I first seen Nate at the bar, like let's like understand something. Like seeing like a confident black man behind the bar by themselves and they just flowing was so beautiful. And I'm like, that's the
Thank you, Ty. That's crazy. Thank you. Appreciate
no,
that.
I was truly like just like struck. I'm like, wow, like we out here just doing everything.
Yes, I know that's right.
Let me get into it too.
Yeah. I definitely felt that way about both of y'all, for real. Yeah. Not this beautiful moment, I will start crying.
No, yeah.
It is Black History Month. So.
I felt the same way about Ty. I need to see shit like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, exactly.
I really
do. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you just reminded me. It is the 3rd week of Black History Month.
Yeah, we
It reminded you.
Just reminded me.
Yeah, cheers, y'all.
Cheers, y'all. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Why didn't you do the kids cheering instead of the money sound?
Look, y'all, I just be hitting buttons. So every week in Black History Month, we go through and we say what we learned this week. Have you learned anything this week, Ty?
Right, no pressure. Damn, you wasn't even gonna start with us.
Yeah.
He just got here.
We're gonna come back to you, baby. You go first.
Only because I had I got my Black History Month fact for today. George Washington Carver discovered the concept of instant coffee.
Oh, word?
Wow. Yes, yeah.
He was doing everything.
Wow, you
Yeah.
He's working, yo.
Yeah,
Yo,
absolutely.
motherfuckers was invented hella shit.
But not inventing, because people, haters would downplay it, you know what I'm saying? He didn't invent coffee. He discovered the concept of instant coffee. So that process of being able to make it like that without
Fire.
what you guys have at
Perfect.
just to make it in the cup or
Damn,
whatever.
you fucked me up. I was about to say my Black history that I learned is that my friend Ty Banks is opening a shop called Drip Collective in the West Loop.
I know, that's fucking right. Put that shit in the books, y'all. You guys are hearing it first. Face Value Podcast.
On some food shit. I've been watching this show on HBO, Chasing Flavor with Carla Hall. That's why I said that. And she go back and she look at all the black foods and go back to their origins and their roots and shit.
Like what?
I did not know fried chicken came from Africa. Did you know that?
Nah.
I did not know that either. What?
She go through fried chicken. Did you know ice cream, American ice cream, the way we make it, came from a black man, a Haitian man for real? Yeah, all of this. Oh yeah, I'm trying to. You know what I'm saying? I'll be learning for real.
Yeah, no, you stay on it. I gotta give you props for sure.
I
But I did not know that they called it guinea fowl back in the day.
They called it what?
Guinea fowl.
Fowl?
Yeah.
F-O?
Like a bird.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I was like, I'm watching this shit. They got one on barbecue. Did you know slaves was the ones that came up with barbecue for real? Like the way
That's
that
hard.
the heat coals and shit over the fire and shit. Yeah, yo.
Yeah.
And like,
Won't we find a motherfucking way though? Okay?
Exactly. And like what I'm saying,
I'm trying to try those OG ribs.
I say that to say that like all of my favorite foods, she did like a deep dive on all of my favorite foods. I'm like, it's a reason that these is my favorite foods. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even know she did with no chicken pot pies. I love chicken pot pies.
I gotta see that one.
It's like these the foods my ancestors came up with. I'm like almost like predisposed to liking barbecue.
It's crazy because I know a lot of black people don't know. Yeah, because I didn't know that.
I didn't know none of that.
You know what I'm saying? So when they're eating that stuff, like they're not thinking like, damn, my ancestors. like except for like your great grandma was frying
No
that
appreciation.
chicken.
No appreciation.
Yeah, yo. Ty, we owe you, man.
Okay, so I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's not really like a Black history fact. But
You black, so it's a fact. Let's
no,
go.
it's just like I think like very, very often like when open in this place, like I've been thinking a lot just about like how just like our people are really like the root of most things, like creative and beautiful, and like just like our amount of like patience and like just ability to like mentally get through anything because we've had so much thrown at us forever is like insane.
Yeah.
Like I'm always just like I go home at the end of the night sometimes I'm like, damn, like that was kind of crazy what happened, and like I just had ultimate like peace and chill and like wow.
No, for real.
That could have been a whole different situation if it was
like
God, it could have
thing.
been way worse.
Like,
you know?
look,
So
like,
I'm
through watching that show, I realized that like everything in America we got a foot in because you know why? Because everything that had to be done, a slave was doing it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then we got our imprint on everything for real. Like they said that ice cream shit, and I was like, of course, it was slaves making the food.
Yeah.
Barbecue chicken, slaves making the food. Of course they did it. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, how motherfuckers could put anything together and like make the best out of anything and make it into a whole new thing that other people want to do now.
yeah.
It's crazy for real.
I surprise myself every day.
Hell yeah. No, yeah, it's good. And bro, you don't know how good it make me feel to see a black man like doing a coffee shop. Because that's not normally black people's shit.
Yes, 1,000%.
That's very true.
On my soul, for real.
Yeah, it's
And to just make it sick like this too.
It's definitely inspirational.
I
for
know
sure.
you got people with you, but like, of course, like it's a beautiful thing to see, man. We're real proud of you, for real.
Yeah, like I can't wait to
Seriously,
start.
super proud of you.
I can't wait to start like coming to events and shit because I already know like when I came in here today it was a whole vibe. The music
Yes,
was right.
yes.
Music was right. Like I'm already knowing the food gonna be decent.
I walked in and immediately got chills.
Yeah, what food y'all finna get going in here? I didn't even know y'all had ovens and shit in here.
I see something about pizza because, you know me.
So our homies, they have like a new pizza cafe opening in Pilsen called Novel.
Okay.
Shout out.
So very, very fortunate to have them here making food for us. We're doing like, I think they plan on doing like more of an experimental type situation. So our kind of like theme is like nothing's ever the same, you know. When you walk in here one day, it's gonna be probably different tomorrow, and like I think that's what keeps things exciting. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
can't wait. Oh my gosh. You said the 19th. Are you guys doing anything special for like that special first day?
Damn, 3 days.
We all gonna look cute.
Period. I know that's right. I mean, that comes with the It's giving. It comes with the territory. It's very aesthetically pleasing in here for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we gonna have like.
What time do you guys open?
7 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be here at
Early
7 a.m.?
I'm here at 7 a.m.
Okay, I know that's
I'm actually
right.
gonna be at 6 a.m.
I know that's right.
See, that's why I could
period.
never be a barista. That's why that shit was always like that. That was never an option for me because I'm not no morning person, yo.
Yeah, I'm a bartender. That's when I go to bed.
But you know what? When I started bartending, like that was the hardest thing. Like
Yeah.
I
don't know how you do that shit. I didn't even think
didn't
about that.
fathom. Like I'm like, wait. So when it say 2 on the schedule, that's 2 a.m. and I'm not gonna be out till 3. Like that was insane.
Yeah. Were you making like crazy good coffee for yourself and like
No,
people you're working with behind the bar with like the little things that you had? You're like, listen, I'm gonna make this coffee taste amazing.
I make the shittiest coffee for myself. I don't have a
That's crazy. Why? Why not
I
just
don't
make
even
better coffee
believe
for
you,
yourself?
Loki.
I mean,
Humble
like,
Kings.
Because it's just
I don't even believe you.
I don't know, it's whatever.
Flavor palette. What?
Literally the other day, like when I'm working like at the bar, like on some like, oh, we got this thing of instant coffee, and I'll look like y'all crazy. Make me a cup, you know? Like, I'm fortunate enough to like be able to drink some of the best coffee in the world every day for the past 11 years. So
Period.
yeah, I could deal with a cup of instant at home or like, you know, here and there.
I feel you. Yeah, I'm not above the instant cup of coffee. It's not my go-to always, but listen, when you need that little,
Yeah.
that little.
I'm with
pick-me-up.
whatever's right there.
Yeah, same.
But no, I could when I get that good one though, I appreciate.
Oh,
that.
yeah, true. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'll be drinking that work coffee.
How long did it take you
Folgers.
to like? I want to say finesse because it's like a beautiful thing. Like that latte art is like some other stuff. Like I used to work at like a Algerian restaurant and like I was doing like the espresso machine and stuff.
Yeah.
And like we had like the steamer shit and like they taught me, but like they didn't really teach me. So I couldn't do anything crazy, but like no one who went in there was like looking for latte art, but like I just knew I had everything right there to do it, but it's not like the easiest thing to do. And I've seen you do it so many times with ease. It's so crazy. Did it take a long time to like pick that up or like?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's all like repetition.
For sure.
I'm still like learning like new stuff with latte art because it's like, I don't know. I got to a point where I'm just like, all right, I don't really care about this. I just care about making like good coffee. And then I'm like,
For sure.
well, this is a skill that's like very like cool and good. So I'm teaching myself and like working with other people to like learn more, do like new creative stuff, like some of like the competitors and stuff these days. It's like so fascinating. Like you got people doing like goats and horses and
Goats.
Damn, how?
mermaids.
I feel like that shit is like kind of comes with the territory. Once you get like super good at something, you like try to not find the ceiling. You know what I'm saying? Like if I were to like relate it to bartending, it's like once you can make a good like cocktail, you want to like, you know, garnish it even better, or make it taste even better, and all kinds of little things to like, you know, impress people and impress yourself. You know what I'm saying?
So what we do last year, once a month, we did event called TNT, Thursday Night Throwdown, and it's just like it was like when I first started doing it, it seemed like the most underground shit, like. Bunch of baristas getting together at like this dark ass cafe, drinking beers, and like all we doing is pouring latte art all night and like winning money and like other prizes and stuff.
Oh my god!
And so I feel like that's like a good scenario for like just people who want to like observe and like see what's going on, to like come and like be in a chill environment and like see like all of the crazy shit that people are doing, because you don't get that. Like you're not finna get a mermaid in the middle of service on a Saturday.
For sure.
Just but like about the underground latte scene.
Yeah.
It's like Fight Club, like the first
know it
rule
was
of underground
But
latte.
it's probably gotta be sick. It's probably gotta be sick to like learn shit like that in a non-elitist space. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's a cool thing, honestly. Yeah. That's how we kind of. That's how That's what Drip Collective originally started as. Like we would just host these competitions and like.
Do you drink Starbucks? Look, I'm looking you dead in your eye. Like, is this a controversial question? Do you drink Starbucks, or could you get a better cup of coffee somewhere else and do?
Yeah. I mean, I can pretty much go anywhere in the city and get it. Yeah.
I know that's right.
Not
Let them know. Let them know.
You trying to start beef?
No, it's like I just need other people to be influenced. Like that is not just
it's not
like
the end all be all.
Uncurl your hands from that fucking cup
yeah.
and that lady.
Yeah.
Like, please, jeez.
No, you're right. You're right.
There's so much coffee out here, and I'm excited about I'm excited to come here and try the coffee because I really do love coffee, and I don't do cream, and it's no disrespect to anybody else who does their coffee this way. I like drink my coffee black, so like flavors and stuff, you know, I know there's things that you can add to coffee to like make it taste better, but like I like really like coffee and the flavor of it. Like I can tell the difference of different kinds of coffee because I just drink it black. So
Oh, that's sick.
yeah, I really love that shit, and I love espresso and all of that. Like top tier.
Shit, I can't wait to serve you then. We
Yes,
have like
I'm super excited.
our like whole lineup for like the next year of like roasters that we're gonna carry here is like some shit that's like not circulating in Chicago or probably like most parts of the United States. So
Oh my god!
Yeah, let's go.
Wow, that's so awesome!
have a
Shout
lot of
outs to all of this, dude. It's really, really inspiring for real.
thanks, boo.
Yo, so Ty, so like I know like starting this is such a big step. What would be your advice on someone like making a big plunge like this, on like calming their weariness to do something this big?
Don't do it.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm kidding. I mean, it's just, I think like, I don't know. I think how I approach everything is like I once told somebody like I work best in chaos type shit. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like
I feel that.
you just gotta throw yourself into it and see like what you can handle at a time, and like just realize that like you are probably like more patient and resilient than you think.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, if you don't try, like you'll never know.
For sure, like
So,
low key, like you will surprise yourself for real when you
Yeah.
get put in them situations and shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't like I was saying earlier. It won't, if you don't make nothing, it won't be nothing for real.
yeah.
And that's why I really fuck with what y'all doing up here, because like you said, you gotta like build an artistic community. You know what I'm saying? It won't be nowhere for people to hang their work at if people don't give it somewhere to go. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
If you don't, niggas wouldn't have nowhere to make fucking latte art if a motherfucker didn't have a latte art thing. You know what I'm saying?
No, exactly. So yeah, I mean, you just gotta put yourself out there. Okay, why not?
Yeah, I feel like just patience is the biggest key with that stuff. I mean, I feel like I'm one of those people that would be like very, very impatient. I want results right now. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta
I also
chill.
realize you know, no one's really like, how could I say this? No one's working on like your time. So you really
True.
have to like be patient
Yeah.
and like communicate, like follow up. It's just like if you're not communicating and you're not the one like reaching out about something that you're doing and something that you're passionate about, other people won't care.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah, so you gotta like really make sure like,
Yeah.
you know, to articulate yourself and like your vision and like make sure that like people who are around you and working with you like is down for that as well.
Yeah, because a lot of motherfuckers be scared to just send an email.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like, if you won't ask for it, you won't get it for real. Like,
some people are afraid to just try.
Yeah. That's the
yeah, because motherfuckers be worried about what motherfuckers gonna think about them for real. Like the other day, I was doing some freelance shit, and I'm working way harder on this shit than I'm actually working on my job. And like I had booked a gig through like one of my homies and shit, and I like I'll give him like a discounted rate, and I was like, I'm finna up my rate on this motherfucker for real. But then in my head, I started thinking, I was like, damn, what if he told him what I be charging him? And then what if he did this? And I'm like, gee, I'm thinking about the wrong shit for real. You know what I'm saying?
This is
like,
the price.
You know what I'm saying? The price is what I say the price is.
The price is the price.
You know what I'm saying? Like, recently I've been trying to like open my mind and start thinking about shit differently. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about shit bigger picture. Like when you was talking about like, yeah, you can't go into the coffee shop business worried about money for real. You know what I'm saying? You thinking about a bigger picture.
Yeah. Also, I want to say shout out to everybody who's working at Drip Collective.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think it's an easy thing to like kind of like see like one of your peers go into doing something like this and then like just willing to follow them, pretty much be like, yeah, I'm down to like do whatever you doing type shit. I don't take that for granted at all.
Yeah,
because it could have been like a situation where it's like everybody like, no, you're fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, and
it's coming together beautifully for
I
real.
know, it's like, it's cool. I'm sure it's cool to have people with you just that see the vision through. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like I remember looking at your stories and shit when y'all was first doing this shit. I'm like, wow, they really building this shit from the ground up type shit.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the way me and Francis and like the way we operate is just like, you know, we have a specific thing and image that we like. It's a brand, so it's like.
No, what I'm saying is y'all out here with hammers and shit. Like, build this shit.
That's the thing. That's
like literally from the ground up.
Yeah, that's what
to do that was crazy. You know, we had like, luckily, like we worked with literally some of the best people in Chicago. Our homie Jacob, who I met through doing another project with Simrock when we were just like first experimenting with coffee service. He built out the bar for us for that. And then the first thing like me and Francis was talking about was like, all right, so who's gonna like fabricate stuff, build stuff, and like kind of put this together? And just out of like, I'm just like, oh, Jacob, naturally, you know? And like, we had only met that one time, but I was just like, damn, like he made this crazy ass plaque for us, and like the bar was like super clean. I'm like, that's who I want to like work with. And so when we started communicating and talking about everything, it was just easy because like he understood the vision that we was trying to translate. And so when we got like samples and stuff, like imagery of like what was actually going in, I'm like, whoa, like that's different. So him and Caswell did like most of the fabrications in our space and like really made it like this beautiful thing that it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so valuable, having somebody that could build shit in
Yeah.
the clip.
Yeah,
That's
for real.
so valuable, for real.
And that
it's
they
like-
just see it through. Like they just see the vision. You don't have to
Yeah.
even say that much for real. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's been times when it's like, I think from his standpoint, because he's a designer, you know, it's like, he's like, hey, what if you actually did this? And I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense because I don't build shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So like, you tell me.
No, like I'm good at fixing shit. Like if something break, I could fix it.
Yeah.
But I can't build that motherfucker.
I'm good at simple fixes. I'll say, yeah. But
You're a handyman?
Yeah, I mean, some. I'm a,
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm asking a real question.
Somewhat of a handy.
I'm good for like 6 steps. Then my boyfriend can do it.
I could look at him and be like, I probably need to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
What was some of the biggest challenges y'all had, like putting everything together?
The bar.
True, it's a nice ass bar too.
Yeah, thank you.
Like acquiring all of the things, or like how you guys wanted it set up, rather.
I think how I wanted it set up and what I actually originally wanted to do, because when I first thought about it, I'm like, oh, easily concrete bar.
Yeah.
And that
period.
was like,
Okay.
I'm like, that's doable. And then everybody was like,
nah, bro.
that's gonna take a little bit of time.
I would have thought the same shit.
And then I'm like, all right, what's like the next easiest thing? And like I started like looking at like a lot of the cafes that's in like Japan and Australia and stuff, and I'm like, oh, like the stainless steel kind of clean. Mm-hmm. And then it like instantly like took me back to like being in back of house, and like everything in back of house is stainless steel. Yeah. And it's like that because it works. It's for utility. It's a function. And I think what I envisioned this bar being is like something that's always moving, always functioning, and is never dormant. So I'm like, I need something that's like that can like stand up to that and also still look clean. I'm sorry to everybody who's cleaning the actual bar every day, because it's not easy. Just to like keep it like as like shiny and everything with like no streaks, no fingerprints or anything, it's gonna be insane. But yeah, I mean, it's beautiful.
Hell yeah. It's okay to hold yourself to a standard, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like the little things.
Yeah, once
you know
you drop the standard,
yeah.
then that's when shit gets weak.
Yeah, because other people let it, you know.
Also,
That's when your whole shit becomes dusty.
My girl Natalie, who actually put the bar together for us, because that was, when I say it was like the most difficult thing, is like finding someone to do it. I don't know like many like people who weld, and then actually like being like, okay, like putting it together and then like, oh, this is very sharp. We should like add this and add that, and like she was really like just like, okay, I'll get this. We're gonna figure this out. And like each day I came in, like we worked together, I was like, oh, this is actually crazy.
Yeah, I can imagine, yo.
Yeah, it's nice stuff.
Tell us about the art behind us.
So the art by Justin, his brand is called Coursework. Very close friend of like Drip Collective, Inside Practice. And so this originally started, I think, 2 or 3 years ago as an NFT project, and he like,
oh really? Okay.
He generated, I think, 9,500 of these images. And like,
damn.
when we were opening this spot, he's like, dude, I think I'm gonna just like turn these into prints and like do whatever. And then like he got them all framed, and like it's really like in capturing like different creative skills and like throughout the world. So
true, and it's definitely like capturing like different little pockets and areas of streetwear too. Like you can see all the little nods.
It's
like the hundreds nod. And
it's
like
heavy.
The cause nod.
Yeah, you got
the postal sticker.
I think, I don't know. I think he just needs to give himself a big pat on the back, because it's a crazy installation to see in person, and you just like, wow.
Yeah, when I walked in, I was like,
you have to look at it for a while, and I love that about
you peep
art.
the MF Doom joint right there.
And not that you have to look at it, but you want to look at it for a while so you can take it all in, because there's a lot of detail and stuff, and like you'll miss it if you don't just sit there and just take it all in. Like
shit like this is definitely like one sick thing about this place is like motherfuckers aren't just gonna like pull up and dip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they
like,
want to sit here for
like
a second.
It just seems like a space you can get like locked in and comfortable in.
Yeah.
I feel like we purposely kind of like put this space together as a like, you know, a spot that you can like kind of chill at.
Yeah.
You know, not necessarily like come and chill and work, but like I like being in places where it's like busy and it's like conversation, the music's a little louder, and it's like everyone's happy, it's a vibe. Like that's really what we're trying to do here.
That's so awesome.
You can work. I'm not, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we want people to come and connect and enjoy the actual space and like, you know, take a minute. It's nowhere in the West Loop to just like chill and like take a minute. It's
Yeah,
like
not at
everything
all.
is,
That's
like,
well said, man.
yeah,
Well
like, you
said.
can't,
To
like,
take
really
a
chill
minute.
nowhere.
You cannot
So,
chill in the West Loop.
Sure. There's a lot of hustle and bustle. If y'all ain't from Chicago, yeah. West Loop got a lot going on.
Well, shit, man. I think we covered everything, right?
Yeah.
This is
I think
yeah,
I
like-
will. Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
no,
whatever
go ahead.
else you want to say, Ty.
No, I was just gonna shout out all the other artists. That
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
go ahead.
crazy.
My bad. Yeah, go
Drop
ahead.
them all, bro.
Brian Herrera did our mural that's in like the entryway of our cafe.
Very tight.
And it's cool. Like I noticed, like he was doing like this airbrush thing, and I'm like, bro, could you do that like at the shop? And he came through and like executed it very well. I feel like it's like kind of a nod to like old school Bud Billiken days, Chicago.
Hell
True.
yeah.
Hell
Spray
yeah.
painted
Absolutely.
type vibe.
That's sick.
And then also another friend of ours, Kevin Heisler, creates these like super cool, like animated, kind of like fun, colorful murals and like paintings and drawings and everything. So he's gonna have a few of his pieces here. And yeah, we want to like continue to like really push like art forward, like different kind of art here, and like just support and display everybody.
That's amazing.
shout out to our mutual family member, Derek Koch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Derek actually, like, he's been with me since we first started doing this place, and like he took some like pictures of me, and I'm just like, oh shit, like, and
Oh my,
yeah,
Oh, me. Oh.
and, like,
I'm a handsome young fella.
but it's been nice, like, kind of having somebody like just around and like bounce ideas off of
Yeah.
in the moment, or just like
Yeah.
be there and like talk, because I mean, when you open a business, it's like, I mean, you do, it can be like lonely at times, if you know what I mean.
feel
Like,
that.
I'm single. I don't fucking like be like, you know, I don't keep like a large group around me. So it's like sometimes it could just be very like
Yeah.
to myself.
No, yeah.
And like I'll be like, damn, I haven't seen nobody in 3
No, I
days.
feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
That's the way. That's the way to be too. You don't want too
Yeah.
many people in your ear.
Hell no.
we definitely had that before.
Especially when you're
You know,
trying
you
to
should do
create
this with the
something like
podcast.
this. I can definitely understand that.
Like it's nice
Well
to just
said
like.
with that too. I'm sure it could be a lonely place. Like,
Yeah.
you
I mean,
tryna-
it's just a lot of like in your head stuff, and
Yeah.
like thinking about stuff, and like sometimes you just gotta say it out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
for
then
sure.
sometimes it's nice that someone else is there to just be like, oh yeah,
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
That's amazing. I love that. Shout out to all of us, man.
Hell yeah.
Love to see it, man. We're
So,
making
yeah.
real shit happen.
The official opening date is
The 19th.
February 19th.
February 19th.
Monday.
Monday, February
Monday,
19th,
yeah.
President's Day.
7 a.m.
Pull up. What's the exact address? 172
172 North Racine.
North
Avenue.
Racine.
Yep.
Pull up, grab you a cup, grab you a pizza. You feel? You got anything planned in the near future?
Yeah, we got a few things planned. I think you know, Specialty Coffee Association Expo is coming to Chicago in April.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
So we're this year, like, we're hosting the world competitions here, 3 of them. So
Oh,
it's
for
just,
real?
like, I don't know, like 30,000 coffee people are going to be here, and like I'm just kind of excited to be able to present like our concept of a shop to like some of like the world's best. You know, I think it's
That's
gonna be a
awesome.
cool experience.
Yeah, I'm for sure gonna come through.
And then we're gonna have, before that, we're having our grand opening party
When is the grand opening party?
March 9th.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's gonna be
We in there.
Yeah.
that's gonna be a crazy vibe.
In there, like swimwear. Let's
Fucking
go.
Swimwear, for sure.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Ty.
Ty.
We
Yeah, thanks
waited
for
for
having me.
this moment, and it was so special and
Yeah.
perfect timing.
I love you too.
We wish you guys the greatest. Of course, we'll be in
Thank
here
you.
to support you guys and all of your future endeavors for sure.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys come check out Drip Collective.